When I was starting out with OFM, I barely made any money. So my first couple of months, couple of years were like straight up struggling. I barely made anything. I was literally living on chili con carne because that was the only thing that I was able to afford. I wasn't homeless. There is like no set story like that, but I was literally struggling. I was barely able to make like 1K, 2K per month, which was just enough to keep on living. In the meantime, I was seeing all the other people making 5K, 10K, 30K, 50K months, or even more than that, like over six figures back then. And I was constantly thinking, like, what the fuck am I missing? Like, all these people really smarter than me. Some of them were even younger than me. And like, how is it possible that they're making like 10 times, 20 times, 200 times more money than me? This is not going to be a motivational video. This is not like a David Goggins, just do it, all this fucking bullshit. The main point of this video is to just share you my story and what kind of mistakes I made in my past 4 years, what I could have done to avoid them, what I've learned from them, and in general, what you can do to avoid all of these mistakes that I made in my past couple of years. Because if you're watching this video, you likely know that something is not working in your agency and you just really don't know why. And just want to make sure that you are at least able to learn from my mistakes and you're not making them again. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you my whole story, what my journey looked like, and also what I did to overcome all of my mistakes, because I do believe that you're able to learn from them. So just some basic information about my life story. My name is Armi. I'm currently 24 years old. I've always had this entrepreneurial mindset. Even when I was little, when I was 6 years old, like 6, 7 years old, I wanted to sell cigarettes. I also tried selling vapes when I was like 12 years old or so. Also tried reselling Legos, like tried to sell fucking everything. When I was, I believe, like 13, I started selling flowers. I constantly was like trying to sell something and trying to like make some quick buck. I also had like back then like another YouTube channel, which was like a gaming YouTube channel, and the sole reason why I started it was on making money. So I always had this entrepreneurial mindset. Although I never really had like a normal job, I was only looking at how can I make online money work. After that, I had like some teenage years when I was obviously like partying, going to clubs, girls, and all this bullshit. And at around 18, 19, I started going back into the online money making scheme. Around that time, crypto started pumping, and I got at a really good time. I had like some really good strategies, and I also got into NFTs. NFTs were like also super booming back then, and I also made my first like NFT project, which unfortunately failed. From crypto in general, I started out with around 2,000 euros. 1,000 euros were saved up basically from like Christmas money, from parents' money, and all this bullshit. The other 1,000 or 1.5k euros were coming from like a student loan that I basically put all of it into crypto. And at my peak, I was doing around like I made around 100k euro, but I did not really fully cash out, so I wasn't able to realize all of those gains. And I just like started an NFT project, lost around 40k on it. So that was my first taste in entrepreneurship, in real entrepreneurship. Second, I started like sports betting business. I had also like a really good strategy back then, which was working for like a couple of months. After that, I started selling these sports betting picks. But the problem with that is, first of all, with sports betting, is that you're constantly going to get banned on all of these platforms because they see that you're constantly winning. So they obviously don't want you to be on their platform, so they're going to be banning you. And it's not that easy to like, okay, just register a new account because you need a new ID, new proof of address, and all this bullshit. So I started selling these sports betting picks, but obviously Meta and like TikTok doesn't really like sports betting, so they constantly got me banned. So I was looking at some new opportunities, and I was just scrolling on Twitter when I saw a couple OF girls flexing with like 50k, 100k, 150k per month revenue from their OF. And I was thinking to myself that it's not fucking possible that like an 18-year-old LA girl Jessica or some bullshit is making 100K per month by herself. So I started digging into it, and I figured out that, okay, there are management companies behind these models. So I started looking into it. Again, like back then, there wasn't a lot of sources. There were like maybe a couple YouTube videos here and there, but they obviously had like really shitty info. But I started managing like a couple of models. Fortunately, I was able to find my model fairly early. I was also procrastinating a lot on it because back then, when like DMs worked way better than now, everyone just kept telling me that, okay, bro, just start DMing people, like start DMing girls. And I was procrastinating on it for like 2-3 weeks. And once I started sending out DMs, after like one day of sending out like 50 DMs, I already signed 2 models. One thing to learn from that is, in a lot of cases of work that you are avoiding, is in so many cases so much simpler than you imagine, because I was procrastinating on it for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But when I started it, I immediately got the results just from that. So one key takeaway from my story, for basically the first one, is always do the fucking work and don't procrastinate. Because the thing is, you're going to be wasting more time procrastinating than if you actually sit down and fucking do the work. That's going to be the first. Second, I started managing this model. I made like a couple of grand with her, as I mentioned before, like 1K, 2K profit or so. Again, as I mentioned, there wasn't like a lot of knowledge about it, so I had to figure everything out on my own. After that, I met a guy that I became business partners with, and we started managing like a couple of models together. And with him, we tried to scale. Like we basically merged our agencies, and we started managing models together. He was really good at like paid ads, and I was really good at like general with the organic marketing and some system stuff and like all the tech stuff basically. And we started getting a couple of models here and there, some from Hungary, some from LA. We just obviously tried our best. And after like a couple of months of like constantly trying, and all of these methods and like all the new shiny objects, all the new shiny methods and everything, we finally landed a really good model that we were able to scale from 3K a month to around 55K a month. And this was, and she was, our first like really good model. And from her, there were like 2 big mistakes that we made. The first is going to be revenue and profit. So as I mentioned, we scaled her up from 3K a month to 50K a month revenue. But obviously no one is going to be sharing their profit because that's not a fancy number. And the first problem was that because we did not have that much knowledge, we were overpaying for many of the stuff. So first of all, she was at 50-50, and we had to pay 30% for like a chatting agency who was also shit. But again, we did not really know back then like what LTV was, what a good chatting team looked like. So we were paying them 30%. So like from the 50K, we went down to around 10K that was hitting our bank account, and after that we also had some costs. So on paper we had like a successful model and we were like balling, but because we did not really know better, we weren't making that much profit as we wanted to. But still, it was first of all good to see some decent results, that I was able to like eat different food from chili con carne, so it was also feeling a little bit better. And we also signed like a couple more of her girlfriends because she was happy with us, so we signed a couple of her girlfriends. Now with this, there was first of all one problem with the whole referral system. Whenever you get like a new model coming in who is referring to her girlfriends, it's like a double or nothing game, because you're really easily able to get them into your agency, but if one model leaves, all of them are going to leave, which is going to be the next lesson. Because she got hit up by like a really big, really famous agency, she wasn't really satisfied anymore with the results that she got, which again, like from 3K to 50K a month, and she left us. Just a couple of days before that, She was super happy because she mentioned that she bought like a new car for her family and she was able to uh, give a lot of money to her mom and like all this bullshit. And next week she left. So the next lesson in here would be never treat models and your clients that they're going to stay for like a long time. What I usually say is it's not if the model leaves, but when the model leaves, because all of your models can leave tomorrow. As I mentioned, since we got like a lot of referrals from this model, overnight our revenue went down to the shithole. So, based on the story, so my story basically looks like we start after like the first couple of months, or basically after like a year or so, 1.5 years, you start to see some success and back down to basically zero. At that point, I had some knowledge that okay, at any given point, the model can leave. Do not over trust these models. Do not get over leveraged by referrals. Okay, now I constantly learn. I learn. So we got back into the game, getting a couple of new models, started scaling them up a little bit. But again, we still did not have like a proper system, because with one of the models that we were able to scale out, we were fairly lucky with her because she had really good and really unique looks and she already had like a lot of followers. So we had like a kind of easy task with her. After that, we started getting in a couple more models. We hit a couple really interesting looking models who were, I cannot tell you the specifics, but they were in really good niches, which are rare and a lot of people would be interested in them. But what I fucked up, or what we fucked up, is we treated them like normal models. Because what everyone is saying, okay, just copy other people, copy this reel, copy that reel. But we did not actually start planning them on marketing plan. We did not utilize their best assets. We did not do anything special with them. We just basically got lazy to what most people are saying, to just copy them. And if you get results, good. If not, then just do more, which is not really the best way of doing OFM. Because what you have to realize is it's not just about copying other people. This would be the next lesson with this. Because obviously after like a couple of months, we got them some results. So I scaled them from like 5K to 20K or something like that. But that's still not the best results that we could have gotten them with our current knowledge and with our current team. Is basically what I learned from this is if you have a really good model that most of you guys have, then actually put in the fucking work and actually make a really good marketing plan, put together a really good team, really good systems, because even back then, just like copying and like posting 3 reels, 5 reels, 10 reels a day, just like doing whatever trend without like proper marketing, proper funnels, proper setup, proper chatting team is not really going to get you far. Because if that's what you are doing right now, just like copying a couple of people, first of all, it might not be working at all. That is why you're not getting the results. Or if you're getting some results, it's not going to last you a long time. Because I wouldn't necessarily call it a business. If you're just like copying other people, I would just call it a hustle. And that's it. So if you're already doing that, then make sure to switch up and actually sit down and start proper marketing it. After that, we lost all of these models. So we were back again at our feet, thinking of what we should do. And at that time, face swapping became a thing. So we were like really big on it. Once we saw that, okay, this shit is working, then we started to like scale up the whole operation. We were already making with this system some really good money. But this would be basically the next lesson, that all the black hat stuff is going to be working short term, but not in the long term. Because with the black hat stuff, we started scaling up to like really big numbers, a bunch of accounts for like just like 1, 2, 3 models, which were like on salary. We spent a fuck ton on ads. We did everything that we could. And what happened was basically the face swapping method got patched because it started getting detected by IG and it wasn't very good anymore. And again, what the fuck happened was we had like this and then go back down. because we were also reliant on some quick hack, which was like the face swapping back then. So we were also back at our feet, and when it started like going down, also my business partner quit OFM, or at least we quit working together. So I was at my feet. So what I learned by that point is, first of all, you cannot get over leveraged by even some of the social medias or the models themselves. So if you only have like one model, two models, and you're even making like good money, you might be making like a couple $100,000. If they leave, because they can leave tomorrow, then your whole business is going to be at zero, which is obviously not what you want. Second, what I learned is I need proper fucking systems, because I did not have proper system. I was just copying some other people. I did not have like a proper marketing structure for these models. I wasn't able to bring them the best results. The thing is, I had one model who was with my management only making like 5K, 10K a month. And right now she's doing 200. Why? Because I did not realize her full potential. So I basically fucked up because I did not have the proper systems. And the next is going to be, do not get too involved into black hat stuff, because even though they might be working right now, but if you're getting over leveraged because of black hat, then overnight your business can be fucked up. After that, my business partner left, as I mentioned, which cut off basically the paid ads part, which was also working really good. So I was back at my feet. I did not really have that many. I mean, I had like a few models, but they weren't the best. I did not have like a proper system. I had like a couple SOPs. I know how to actually do some of this stuff, but I did not really put it together. So at that time, I decided to fucking lock in. I don't mean it like in a cringe way, like time to lock in, bro, that kind of shit. But I actually, okay, this is not sustainable because we're just getting up, down, up, down, up, down. And I know that it's going to fucking kill me mentally if I don't fix the situation. I don't treat it like a proper business, because I did not treat it like a business. I treated it like a hustle, basically. I was just making some money with these methods or with some of these models, but like, okay, actually sit down, have proper KPIs, have proper SOPs, have proper systems, actually put in 110% into everything. And that's why I wasn't really available on Telegram for the past basically 2 years or like 1.5 years, because I was locked in my room working 24/7 with a few really good people around me who were doing the same exact shit. And what I started to notice is, first of all, I knew so much, but I wasn't executing on it. So I didn't know that I had to do like hook, retain, reward, that the account should feel authentic, that I should focus on having the best funneling ever, that I should be putting some money into ads. And I know all of this, but I wasn't actually doing it. Because in so many cases, it's not really about the knowledge, but it's about the execution. So when I decided to, okay, that this is not sustainable, then let's execute on like what I know. I started implementing fucking everything that I know, like fucking everything documented, everything SOP, started hiring the best people and like focused on the who and not the how. I also mentioned this in my Telegram groups like a couple of times, that if you have the best people around you, that you're able to learn from them, then it's going to make your life so much easier. I also have a lot of my team members, my employees, who are my IG team, my Reddit team, my hiring team. Like, they are way better than me at their job. But the thing is, I was able to find them and I was able to train them and I was able to keep these people. That was it. And now they're just helping me so much. And the other thing is, what I was doing back then was I was focused on making money. Like, I was focused on the goal. But the problem with that is you're going to be making, like I made so many bad mistakes because I was just focused on the money and not the ways on how I was able to make money. So let me rephrase this. So I was only looking at how to make money, the new method, the new meta, about being in the chatting team's ass. Okay, you guys should be making more money. And I was like constantly stressed about it. but I did not really break down what is making the money. So if I break it down, it's not going to be a new method. It's going to be about obviously having better chatting strategies, having a better team, having better content, hook, retain, reward, all of this. So instead of focusing on the goal, I was focused on the steps which would take me to the goal. So I wasn't stressed about making money. I was stressed about, okay, how can I make this IG account look as authentic as possible? How can I make this OF page as converting as possible? What would I subscribe to? Is this good content? Would I buy this? And just from those 1%, 2%, 5% improvements, I was able to scale my agency up to where it is right now. And you might be asking, like, okay, but how does this fucking help me? Like, what you don't see, what no one is sharing, is the hardship. And in general, everyone is promoting that it's easy, right? Because everyone is like selling a course or some shit like that. And they're saying that, yeah, bro, it's easy. And it's only these 5 steps to be making 10K a month. And all this bullshit. And you're going to have the wrong expectations. And I also had the wrong expectation. That is why I was also suffering, because I thought that it's going to be easy. I thought that I'm like super smart, so I'm able to figure this out. And when reality hit, that okay, it's going to be harder than I thought, then I become unmotivated. So be okay with it, that it's difficult. And when you are okay with it, that it's difficult, it's going to become easier. First of all, trust me on this. If you're watching this video right now, then I can guarantee that you know all this stuff that you're doing wrong right now. You know that you shouldn't be the one warming up the account. You know that you should be spending more time on the marketing. You know that your funneling isn't really the best. You know that the chatting team was like super fucking lazy and you did not actually put in the effort to train them. You know all of these mistakes that you are making right now. Like, what I'm asking you to do is to actually start looking in, actually start using the knowledge that you already have. And already, like, I'm sharing it on my YouTube channel, on my Telegram channel, like, the information is for you, is out there. Start actually fucking using it. You're not even tracking KPIs. You're not tracking the numbers. You're not tracking any data. So how can you know that even if you're growing or not? You cannot. And you know that you should be tracking. Like, everyone knows it, right? It's the same as with the gym. Everyone knows that they should be going to the gym. Everyone knows how to get a six-pack. They know that they should be working out daily. They should be eating healthier. They should be going to the gym. And like, they know how to do it, but most people are actually not doing it. The ones who are making 6 figures a month or even 7 figures a month are not really smarter than you. They are not. They're just risk takers, and also they are doers. They are doing the stuff that needs doing. That's it. That's the only difference. It's not really about knowledge. Because as I mentioned, there is going to be fucking Claude, ChatGPT, all these Telegram groups, YouTube and everything. It's not about knowledge. It's actually about executing on it. That was the main thing that I fucked up. That I had most of the information, but I wasn't actually using it. I try to keep this whole thing as real as possible on my YouTube and also my Telegram channel. So if you feel like that you are stuck, then I would highly recommend you to check out my Telegram channel, because there I'm going to be sharing with you every single day what gets me through the day. And also not just some fluff, not just some bullshit motivational videos, but actually the things that are keeping me going, and it's actually scaling my agency. Check my Telegram link below and see you guys in the next one.